One time when my oldest was very young, she walked in on me, you know, getting my nut.
Because I need to, this pussy is not going to eat itself, okay?
I once, if I did keep the evil away.
Exclusive. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need it.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Who is you? For make me believe otherwise. You couldn't stop what God create. A greatness running in my blood. Hello?
Rolande, how the fuck is she late and she was just on live talking about this shit? Somebody talk to me. Somebody explain this fuck shit right now because she is late. Do my glasses need cleaning? Shit, they do, yes. Oh, there she go. Cause I like, but you was just on live talking about this and you're late. Okay, that fuckery that. Oh my god, I need to clean this a little bit better. All right. All right. What the fuck? This is still. All right, we just gonna go with it. Admit. What's good, Queen?
Hey, beautiful.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Yes,
Yes.
indeed. We are in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana
All of the
in a
motherfucking
motherfucking
building.
building. Yes. Yes, indeed. How you doing?
I'm feeling good. Feeling
I
so
am glad
good.
to hear that.
Regardless of the BS that goes on in this matrix of a society, I feel good because I'm going to choose to be good because I get to talk to my best friend who's fly as fuck and who's smart and beautiful as fuck. And shout out to you for being a wonderful daughter. You know what I'm saying? Having to deal with a lot of grown responsibility and a wonderful mother and an amazing wife as well.
Oh man, thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Definitely, it has been a hard week. You know what I'm saying? I could say that. By the time we post this on YouTube, well, by the time it goes live on YouTube, I should say, will be past this current situation. And but at this moment, I could definitely say, like, anybody that's been on our you on my Instagram and seen a post me saying about how my father was found. Yes, he is out of the hospital at this moment, thank God, and he's definitely feeling better. But for me, the worry is still there, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying. Whether whether you're your parent or not, you know what I'm saying. You're always worried, or at least if you care about people around you, you're worried about people around you. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yes.
when I mull over the situation of my dad and how he was found and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of it kind of puts a life is scary and life can go at any time, and those are the kind of thoughts that especially when you're taking care of people, you don't have the luxury to sit down and mull over too much. You just on the go. You trying to, what I'm saying, you taking care of your kids, you on the go, you handling bills and shit, you know what I'm saying, you just managing life, you on the go. So when you in your head, when you say, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow, or yeah, I'll be able to do that next week. In your head, you still got time, but never, not once in your mind do you go to the point of damn, I really need to take an opportunity to do what I need to do now because I don't know how, you know what I mean? Like, we all got an expiration date. Like, let's keep it fucking G. You know what I'm saying? So, being in that situation had me thinking, about the fact that, my father lives alone and, what I'm saying, he is of that age and, you know what I mean? And so, you put yourself in that perspective too, especially, for me, because I am over 50. So I definitely put myself in that perspective like, okay, yeah, I can't just, you know, uh, I can't just be, willy nilly with my health either. I gotta pay attention to shit. You know what I mean? And and read signs and be, what I'm saying, and be real with myself when it comes to certain shit. So it definitely was a realization of such. Not only for him but for myself as well. You know what I mean? At his age, definitely. When you have someone around you at that age, you definitely mentally you kind of sort of know that the end is near, but at the same time, you don't want to look at that. So, hearing so a stranger, because basically that's how it happened. A stranger to me, a friend of my father's found him in his apartment. And when he called me and was talking about, my father, was just like, what? My whole brain was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Who is this? And what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, going back over those moments after, after going through the storm and you're in the calm and you're mulling over the moments and you're literally saying to yourself, damn, this shit could go at any fucking minute, son. Any fucking minute. It could be a Rizzy and fuck if you prepared or not. Like, fuck if you prepared or not, because it could go. So
Because I used to work for a mortuary slash cemetery where we were talking about death every day. And even in that case, you still are never going to be used to the work that actually happening.
right.
Even if it's somebody that you are not related to but are close to, and then even sometimes someone that you're not affiliated with at all, you just are so compelled by their story. So I
Hmm.
think that coming to terms and to grips with our own mortality as human beings, it gives us that perception. Because and I feel like if we never had this thing called physical death, there wouldn't be such an appreciation for life. There has to have
Word.
been something, to excuse me. And the thing is too is like, yeah, you can presume that an older person or our parents might precede us, but that's just not always the case. I've already
True.
lost like 3 siblings for real. And this is all within 10 years, and less. So it's like it just really, even with I think my brother's passing hit me harder than my dad's, to be honest with you. And the only
Mm,
reason why is because he had like such an effect on my life. But it's like that sibling thing, there's a different, even if you beefing with your sibling, there's a relationship that you have that your parents never know about because they
word.
can't relate, you know what I'm saying? So there's a closeness there. And so I'm just so glad that people were in place to do the right thing at the right time, so that, you know what I'm saying, and that there's a chance to be like, okay, even if it's kind of a reminder just to spend more time, which clearly is working out in a sense. But
Hmm.
I'm so happy that we have this chance to chat. There's a lot that I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Definitely.
you know, I can't wait until we have like another live show. I think that there's like such magic in that.
Word.
Also, I think that if anybody's watching this right now and you want to be on here and you want to talk about how amazing you are, if you have a business or a business idea, then just, come on over and let's talk. We have, and you know
Absolutely.
what I realized too, Queen, is like we ain't ever gonna have nothing to not talk about.
Absolutely not, because there's always something fucking going on. Let's be honest. Life be lifing, and we are in the midst of lifing. I mean, as parents, that keeping up with that whole fucking scheme of things is fucking crazy alone, because especially, you know what I'm saying, when teachers, you know what I mean, when teachers, faculty, they kind of demand your time. I mean, not, I mean, yes, you want to go to the school and talk to the people that are watching your kids and teaching your kids daily. You know what I mean? You want to know them. Yeah, that makes sense. But sending me a text message to show up at the school for some kind of mandatory meeting is who Saturday morning? My Saturday? You play too much, bitch. You play entirely too fucking much. Mandatory meeting for what? Did she kill somebody in the school? Did she beat somebody with a chair? No. Then you have no reason to call a mandatory meeting at Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Who the fuck you talking to? Who the fuck you talking to? No, we don't play those. We don't do those. If I'm even up 9 o'clock, it's because I'm going to get my hair done. See, that's an important appointment. Hello, baby. That's an important appointment. I don't miss those. I don't miss those. But if you talk about 9 o'clock in the morning to talk about school issues, wait a minute. Is this school issues with my child? No. Okay, you play too much. Again, you play too much. Not my Saturday morning, bitch. Not my Saturday morning. No, we not doing none of that. The fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then, honestly, and then because let's be honest, the time the time is getting warmer. Is we're starting to hit the we outside months, the we outside months. So, and when we outside, what I'm saying, there's potheads event going on, and what better shit. So naturally, potheads need to be there. And as a growing pothead business, because let's be honest, we ain't selling pot, but we sure smoke a lot. So we damn sure are a growing pothead, pot business, cannabis entity. We definitely need to, be seen and, and grow into the manifestations that we have, what I'm saying, that we have for ourselves in our business. And yes, another live show would literally be the continuing of the manifestation, the first affirmation we made when we did this last year. Well, I should say when you did this we did this together, but when you literally initialized the idea of we're gonna have a live show, it's gonna be like this, we're gonna do this, and we made it happen last year, and that's all it takes. It's about putting your mind together and making it work. And that's what we're gonna do, is just make it work. And the next live show, it's not going to be, as extensive as the first one. It's going to be just a one and done, and it's going to be a little intimate, cute type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be good that it's just a one and done, because guess what? You got other shit to do in New York. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You need to, get your chops together so we can, go to 14th Street and just stand on side with our speaker and our mic and spit some lyrics. That's what we gonna do. When I say we, I don't mean me. I don't say me and you. I mean you. I'll do the introduction and then you spit. That's the most I'm gonna do. But
whatever you choose to do, Queen, you can. I heard you even spit bars. I know you can spit. It's just that I can't, just like my sister, like I'm always trying to like include her in like my goals and everything. And she's just like, I'm straight on, I'll help with this one, but whatever. So it's whatever.
right.
And I truly believe that you have magical powers. And so with that said, it compels me to work with you. And I think that I just love our relationship. I was
Hmm.
like, dude, I ain't ever gonna have an argument with Kai. You know why? Because I'm gonna say, girl, what are we gonna do? How we gonna fix this? Because I
Basically.
treasure you that much. Like you like and even with my sister, like I don't argue with her. It's just a conversation. Why? Because there has to be respect for that person, right? You
And
can't
from
just
first and foremost.
exactly, just like in a marriage, just like in a platonic relationship, whatever, right? So then I really value these things, and this is what I think is so empowering. These bonds that we're creating, these relationships. Like it was your idea that we do this expo. Look at how many motherfuckers we met from that.
Word.
You feel me?
Word.
So like I wanted to be clear on anybody who's watching this or who anyone's a fan. Thank you so much. But these ideas are from the both of us. Like this is
Hmm.
literally our project together. We've we've pretty much been talking about things before people was talking about that I can tell or before it was even cool to talk about some of this stuff in our own
Hello.
circles. So if there was another platform that existed that does all this, whatever, hats off to you. But I don't think there's anything else like this
There
because
definitely
you're
isn't.
so right. I mean, first of all, who is like Kai Storm and Ruby doll? First of all.
Literally. That literally, like you can't buy, you can't make another one. It's a wrap. These are the two, and we are the ones. Hello.
I mean,
Never mind.
it's like that's aspect of it. There's so much like giving in terms of generosity of information. There's definitely never gonna be no gatekeeping type bullshit. And there's also
Hello.
so much like empowering and just honesty. However, I will say that I understand why people might judge me, but I don't care. And I understand that maybe all of the facts that I spit on here are not always 100% accurate. And I apologize, shit. But that's the opportunity for us to build together and be like, hey, sis, did you know, happen to know that this information is actually this? I would so respect
Word.
that. And that's how we communicate over here. And so I will just say thank you for that. And then, I do think that you should do some stand up for real. I've already suggested it, but
I know, right?
because I know that I know you for real, and I think everybody, and that's why your reels are so popular. Like funny, you're just funny like that, and then I feel like you just have all the elements. And having done a little bit of it, and I'm like, dude, Kai's already better at this than me. She just don't even know it yet. You feel me? Or maybe she do, and she just need to get her ass up on that stage. I don't know.
I mean that's the thing is I would need to literally just walk on the stage and say fuck it, just you know what I mean? Because I mean, let's be. Because if I really think about it, every time somebody puts a mic in front of me, I do try to make a joke or two. You know what I'm saying? I do try. And the fact is shit. When natural funny shit happens, I be fucking laughing at this shit. So I'm like, yo, somebody has got to figure this shit is funny too. Like this has got to be funny. Like, come on now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even shit that makes me mad, I've tried to laugh at that shit because it's like
Right.
if I stay pissed off, I'm gonna put somebody in the motherfucking face. So I
Uh-huh.
say, okay, find a reason to laugh at this shit. Find a
Dude,
fucking
that's
reason.
healing right there, yo. And it
Word.
goes hand in hand with the weed shit. It goes, you also mentioned going to some like comedy shows where motherfuckers was not funny. And it's like, well, that's why they need people like us, because we are.
Literally, literally, and that's what and see that's what makes our show a real cute anyway. Because the fact is, we both cute, and you know what I'm saying, and we both got something funny to say. You know what I'm saying. One of us talk a little dirtier than the other one, but that's only because I ain't trying to die, but because I got a husband that might pop up and say, "What you just said?" No, I heard what you just said, and I ain't got time for that. So rather than incriminate myself into death, I'd rather just, be a little, cute with it than just
It's
splurt
a
it
good
out. You feel me?
balance.
You
I
know what I
like
mean?
that. You know what?
It's balance.
Somebody gonna stay classy in this bitch for real, because I'm really dirty, dude, and that's why I don't mind. I don't mind this at all. You feel me? And I
But
understand, and I do not follow anybody that don't want to talk about nothing. I swear to you, I don't care. And
Mm-hmm.
someone would have to tell me for real, like, Ruby, I don't feel comfortable with this subject matter, and I will be off of it. I promise.
Right.
So consent
Right.
is very key with us. We do not want anybody to be triggered, but we're talking from a place of where this is our experience. So we
Mm-hmm.
just want people to know that there's life after it, I think. Um,
Exactly.
right?
And then the thing is, because I tell people all the time, because first of all, I can't remember her name right now because the clouds is clouding, but she's somebody, that I see as a huge, like, she's definitely a huge influencer in, like, in cannabis and government, I believe,
Mm.
because I've definitely seen her at, like, a couple of events. And I don't know how she noticed us, but she hit us in the DM and was like, "What y'all really on Instagram with this name?" And we was like, and I was like, "Yes, Queen, and we would love to have you on the show because
Wow.
yes, we bold enough to rep motherhood, sex, and marijuana." And it's
All together.
like a lot of people, that's the funny shit too, that a lot of people, when I say those three words, it's like their brain just kind of lights up, like, who the fuck put those words together? Like,
God.
even when I fucking met, even I even got it on video when I met fucking Caesar from Black and Crew. He literally looked at the card and was like, "Hold on, motherhood, sex, marijuana, for real? Y'all put these?" Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
real talk, those words, for a lot of people, it's a fucking brand. It seems like a brand new concept, but at the same time, it's not. The
Nope.
fuck. Mother's been
Absolutely
around
not.
forever. We've been around forever, and sex is how we all got here.
Ask your
All of us
mamas and your
got here
grannies.
because somebody was fucking.
Boom.
Somebody was fucking.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was fucking. There was fucking. Somebody was fucking. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? So so it's surprising and funny at the same time that, when I walk up to somebody, or I happen to tell somebody about the podcast, and they literally be like, "Motherhood, sex, marijuana," like, real talk. Yeah. Yeah. Like,
.com,
yeah,
baby.
motherfucker.
We got the
Yeah.
.com on that too, baby, baby.
Okay, like,
That's
it's
G
a
shit
real
right
shit,
there,
and
yo.
the bottom line is, I feel like no matter that all week, that the name of the game is work. It's about work and pushing the brand.
Absolutely
We push the
true.
brand. It's going to go where it needs to go, because again,
True.
nobody else is doing this but us, and it's a
True.
fucking hella innovative concept.
And if they
Really,
are, let's say somebody is, and the name of their shit's called Parents Love Weed, right? Whatever. They ain't doing it like this, baby. I promise you, dude. This flavor right here, this recipe, this is what God put together. Because when I met Kai, I was just wanting to get high and party and meet cool people. Never thought I was gonna try to run a business with anybody at this. I mean, I don't know. But I was in a whole different relationship, whole different person. She knows, y'all
right,
know, I don't know. But she
right.
like it's crazy this whole journey. And then it was like God put this together, dude, because
Absolutely.
time it's like you can only take so much credit for so much, but when your shit starts to really like unravel to because like and at the same time, right, I always got in trouble for saying what's on my mind. Like when I was a little
Mm,
kid, I would get reprimanded, and then I was always getting in trouble for having this grown type of conversation when I was just a kid, and it could be
mhm.
either sexual or just having mature thoughts. So it's
Word.
doing something like this would only make sense. And doing it with people that I actually like is the only way I'm going to do it. I don't work with people I don't like for too long. Sometimes
Exactly.
I'm at a 9 to 5 where I have no control who's there, but then shit in like 3 months I'm out of that bitch.
Oh yes,
To
yes.
me, dude, what's a job, dude?
Lord, there's a reason why I call them plantations. Trust me, there is a reason why I call them plantations. You are there to collect the cotton and whatever shellings you are dealt a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. Because some of these motherfuckers is out here paying monthly. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what it is. And then you gotta make magic with the shillings. You gotta make magic with the motherfucking shillings.
While
You know
trying to
what I mean?
survive every motherfucking thing else.
So first and foremost, shout out to the people that are, what I'm saying, doing the plantations, what I'm saying, doing what they need to do with the plantations, but also investing in themselves, investing in their
Indeed.
creativity, so that they have other options to
Please
possibly
do.
do other things, because that's what this podcast also represents for us too.
Correct.
This is
Correct.
a entity that we are pushing out in order to make it a business where yes, at some point this was all we do, and this is how we would make our money. Therefore, we're the bosses of our shit. You know what I'm saying? And even now, it still feels exactly how it would feel if there was, a whole funding and budget, and what I'm saying, and fly here, fly there, and direct deposit here and direct deposit there. It still feels the same, because at the same time, it's us running our shit. Because I already said it, that even when we get to that point, ain't gonna be nobody telling us what the fuck to do. Nick, what? Sit your ass down. Wait, did you just say something that's gonna get you fired, bitch? No, bitch, you will get fired today. Somebody will replace you tomorrow. Who? Oh, act right. Okay, that's, what I'm saying. And
All right.
I
I'll
feel
be
like,
calling a couple of
but
my
at the same
cousins, which are the security guards, to come
and at the
report them
same time, I feel like, because we gonna hire nothing but potheads gonna know how to act. Because
in.
at the end of the day, shit, you don't want to fuck up a good gig. Because I'm a be the considerate boss. And I ain't a motherfucker that's test your urine. No, I expect you to smell like weed if you walk when you come to work. So, because we all smelling like weed. If you smell like something else, we might have to put your ass out. Because why you coming in here smelling like not weed, nigga? Supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, so no, you know what I mean? I want definitely to the people to really, hone in on that. Don't just be, you know what I mean? Because first of all, COVID alone was one of the things that created a lot of businesses. A lot of people depended on their creativity, and they're thriving big based on their creations. You know what I'm saying? If anything COVID did, it absolutely, brought out the entrepreneur out of everybody. And in that entrepreneurism, that definitely should give encouragement to everybody else, that, what I mean, like, you can do it too. Like, don't let the plantation fool you and think that all you got is the plantation, like, or like your whole energy, life, and fucking, inner fucking positivity should go to the plantation. Fuck them. No,
No, no, thank
create
you.
some shit that makes you happy, and work at it. Push that shit. Word. And that's
I,
exactly what this represents. It represents something that we push it. And at the same time, you see what it's also pushing, our own, individual agendas too. Because you know what I'm saying? You definitely was always a musician. You definitely always had poetry in you. And you know what I'm saying? And comedy too. So it's
word.
time to put that shit out.
You
It's
know, and
time
if
to
I'm
make our
honest,
mark. Like I said on your live, it's time to make our mark.
yeah, and if I'm honest, I haven't even accomplished everything I want to do, and I'm gonna declare it now. I would love to get into some acting. They're looking for acting, but not only just roles out there, but like creating my own screenplays, right, and creating my
Mhm.
own shit. Where I'm gonna need actors for them. So it's like those kinds of things, and then putting my not my cousins, but my family and friends on. Like there's Adam Sandler is like one of my favorite humans. Why? Because he's funny, he's brilliant. But if you look in his movies, he hires his friends. And they're all in the same, but they all kill it. You know, they're just
Yeah.
not in there just because they're friends either. Like these are
Right.
talented
They actually
people,
have talent.
you know, and it's an incredible screenplay, it's incredibly written, it's funny as fuck, and I love that, and it's something that you can watch with your kids. So
Right.
there's so
Adam
many
Sandler is definitely regular people. He, you know what I'm
real
saying? His
talk.
comedy is definitely regular people. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's not bougie. It's not, abrasive. It's regular fucking comedy, regular
Right.
people comedy.
Right. And character means a lot to me. And you can tell
Mm,
by how somebody just works and moves and stuff. So yeah, things like that, you know. Also it's just like there's also things that, you know, have nothing related to creative art. It's just things I want to know. You know, I'm just interested in knowing about. So I think that we encourage everybody to pursue your passions and like you
mhm.
don't have to explain yourself to nobody. Like I think it's rather ridiculous. I was saying that when I perform, one of the reasons why I do the things the reasons why I do the things I do is not because I'm trying to get attention. For example, I was sharing that when I go and perform, I usually last minute I don't ever know what I'm wearing until like a few hours before. Why?
Right.
Because a bitch got a lot to do and I don't want to waste my time focused on my image when it comes to my music or my comedy. Why?
Mm,
Because I'm against that. And I'm against the facade. If I want to get all decked out and like beautified from head to toe, it's probably because I'm going to dinner with my family. And that's how I feel
mm.
like expressing myself, right? And
Right,
that's
right.
probably when I'll invest in a nice dress or like, you know, maybe a celebratory thing that I care about.
Right.
But when it comes to impressing humans, it's like all I'm trying to do, just listen to me. Listen to me. And the ones that don't listen to me, there's a reason why they don't. You feel me?
Mm,
And that's what you sign up for when you and you put yourself up for scrutiny, when you put your shit online, even, right? You put you expose yourself when you're on stage in front of people, but you have to also
absolutely.
expect like the good and the bad almost, or not be phased too much either way.
Right,
It's
right.
hard
You
to
gotta have
say,
tough
but
skin.
yeah, so I do hope that that helps somebody. It helps. I think the reason why I make music right now is because I don't want to be destructive. Like I really am recovering from a brokenness inside that has to do with my heart in some
I
areas,
feel
but it's
you.
like there was a real bad taste in my mouth when it comes to humans and even trying to be a good human. So it's like
Right.
getting that shit out in this project. It feels so good. Like I can't believe it. And it doesn't expose anybody, but it does express like how I feel inside. Like it's like one of those like if you catch it, you catch it. And I'm proud to say that each one of these songs do not sound the same. You know what I'm saying? It was intended for that. And there's
Right.
even some songs where there's different voices that are in my head. You feel me?
Whoa,
So
okay.
it's like it's something that, and actually, girl, I'm gonna send it to you. I want you to listen to it. Tell me what you think. And each first letter of the song spells out "be you." So it's a message to whoever's listening to it. Like, be yourself. Like whatever the fuck you want to do.
Word. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it though, because I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I mean, I remember you first mentioned it, and I remember that it was like you said, it was a song, and each letter of the song is each song is spells out "be you" and whatnot. So I
Right.
definitely wanted to check it out and whatnot, and you know what, shit like that is necessary, to be
And
honest, you know what I'm saying? But rather, and like you said, if that's what you needed to release whatever was in you in the most constructive, not harmful to anybody way, then that's exactly what you needed. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, let's be honest, shit. The fact that you even thought about, releasing whatever energy inside of you in a constructive manner is growth too. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have just said, fuck that. And just decided to destroy a fucking Starbucks real quick. Like, fuck it. I'm throwing all the venti cups every fucking where. All the Becky's gonna get slapped 2 times. I mean, just really just destroy a spot and then sit down and say, you know what? I shouldn't have did that. I could have, I could have
I certainly
handled
thought
that
about
a
it.
different way. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta go to jail. So, you know what I'm saying? Becky over there crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get an extra.
I love the
Extra
Starbucks
day
cup.
just because this bitch cried. You know what I mean? Like, nah. We figured out that a constructive way to release is the best way. That's
Yes,
part of growth. I mean, I can tell you right now, there was a time in my life where, you know what I'm saying, somebody got me so fucking tight that I literally was considering like I was, cause if it wasn't murder, it was gonna be. Well, I shouldn't say murder. No, all right. Stop saying murder. Stop saying it. Okay, so what I was
Unalive
considering
me.
YouTube, excuse me, YouTube, okay? Excuse me, YouTube. What I meant to say was that I got really upset because somebody had did something to me, and I was so upset that a part of me considered, doing some level of harm. And because I remembered 2 things, I looked up and saw cameras staring at me, and I also remembered that I had a good half a pound of weed in my
Oh,
house.
oh.
I said, it is best for me to leave this area. And yeah, I'm gonna go
Very
ahead and go
smart.
on about my business because what I'm thinking is gonna get me locked up tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And if I'm in jail thinking about my weed, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be
even more so.
I'm gonna be mad. And then I can't say I didn't do it because these cameras are staring at me. Literally, I looked up and said, "Oh yeah."
We
Let me
encourage
let,
this logical way of thinking.
let me start thinking logical. Let me start thinking important. Yes, that I do have children at home. Yes, they would
Icing on
they
the
would
cake.
need me not to be in jail. Right. I need to not be in jail. Right. Oh, that's right. I got weed in the house too. Yeah. Somebody
Right.
gotta smoke that. Somebody gotta smoke that. Who bought it? The person that bought it gotta go smoke. Yeah, we gotta go home. We gotta go
Yeah.
home. Yeah, girl, we gotta go home. You know what I'm
And
saying? So,
I'm so glad you made the
again,
right decision for him.
I made the right decision at that time, but again, only because I had not grown, which at that time I had not grown to the point where I am at now. Because at that point, I had that crazy thought, and if I had been grown me, I wouldn't have had that crazy thought. I would have just walked away. But because I was, in my I want to beat everybody ass stage, I literally, the first thought was violence. It was violence. But I remember 2 important things. I said, nah, them cameras could see me. Shit. Ooh, and I got weed in the house. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, and
so.
the children too. The children too. The children.
And not everybody can slow themselves down to think like that. Sometimes they're just so wrapped up in the emotion, and I've done it.
Absolutely. We've all done it, you know what I'm saying? And we used to do it. That's my point. Is that when we were younger, and there was more volatility. There was definitely a lot of no
More to
fucks.
learn.
You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of just jump before thinking. You know what I'm saying? So we did that, and we learned lessons from that. So so now when some shit happens, we kind of go, okay, wait a minute, let's think this shit through before shit get crazy. Cause shit gonna get different if you don't think this shit through. Shit gonna get real different,
Real different.
real different.
And you end up looking like the bad person, regardless of whether it started or not. And this is it.
Cat Storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana, rolling papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana, merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana rolling papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah.
Discussion that I actually had with my child's teacher. Lately, my kids have been getting bullied. So she
Mm.
was one of the teachers, bless her heart. She calls me and like this lady's like near tears, right?
Oh wow.
And she's like expressing her, she's trying this, she's trying that. And I was like, hey, don't worry, don't stress yourself. Number one, you're not gonna solve this issue in one day or by yourself, right? The problem
Right.
is that not enough people think like you do. And so these
Mm.
kids, excuse me, I told her, but they are looking at piece of shit people, and some of these kids are, and bless their hearts, some of these kids don't have homes to go to. They're in the system. No
Mm.
judgment. That's just the fucking truth. And
The
so
truth.
to get all these kids that are mixed, you got some kids with their parents got a lot of money and they looking at you like you racist, like I mean, or like you less than because their parents are racist for real.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some other kids who you expect that they look like you, right? And you expect them to be your homies and to, have this positive love that you're taught at home, and you're getting bullied on that end too. So this is what I told the teacher. I said, okay, I've been taking notes from this date on, you know. This is my plan of action. This is what I'm communicating not only to your principal but to the district. And
Mm-hmm.
this is and what I also told her was oh, I said, see, the thing is, what I've learned, especially out here in the Pacific Northwest, that if I
Mm-hmm.
go there screaming and hollering, someone's either going to try to shoot me or they're going to act like I'm the one that's the problem and no one's going to hear for shit. So, what I gotta do,
Absolutely. That's not just the Pacific Northwest. Trust and believe.
okay, well, I was trying to bring it home, right?
I
To this
know.
understanding. And I'm like, I wish everybody thought like you. And she was relieved. And I was like, look, what I'm not is I'm not stupid. And what I'm not, and what I am not as well, is a person that doesn't know what's going on with their kids. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know these kids' names. But what do
Right.
it look like going, you know what I'm saying? Just like there's some things that I looked at her, I was like, I'm not gonna be too upset as long as you guys are doing something about it. And as
Right.
far as my kid goes, you're trying to do something about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then, so anyway, here's my promise is that I will go to the very top of the tops until someone gives a fuck enough to change, because this is how I see it. It's not just
Basically.
it's not just like, okay, there's kids that don't have advocates, right? So you got to make an even louder impact. But if you can really make a difference, I'm like, even if I leave this school, I would want other kids that look like my children or have the social class, economical class of my child, or similar, to feel comfortable like y'all are supposed to fucking be with your diversity and inclusion and all that bullshit, which
Exactly.
you're fucking clearly not. So that's
Exactly.
where it comes, that's what gets me fucked up about this system and everything like that. But again, if I go in there hollering, you guys know damn well what that means. And so,
Mm-hmm.
well, just like my girl Kai said, it's like sometimes you got to pull it back. Like, yeah, I would fucking love to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And make a point.
Absolutely.
Love to do certain things. But will I do it? Nah, not right now. Not at no 41 years old, not having almost lost my children to the system, and not
Right.
having almost lost every dang thing off of just ignorance that you're not going to solve in that moment. So I hope this helps somebody, because when people's kids get fucked with, it gets very sensitive. Like I I've cried about it before. I'm not crying about it today, but I've cried about it before because I felt so helpless. Like the G in me is getting riled up, but then it's like, okay, calm down, because you got to realize that that's not going to help you, right?
Right.
So anywho, I don't have enough money to get away with some shit. Let's just be real. At the
Exactly.
end of the day, people can't
Exactly.
get it at the end of the day, right?
But my question, hold on though, because my question to you is this: how are they coming at? How are the teachers coming at you? Are they coming at you like it's your kid's fault, or they need like or oh okay? Because I'm about to
No,
say, wait a minute now. See,
nope,
that's a different situation.
no. Right,
That's with me
right.
and you. Hold on.
Right. No, this teacher happens to be like she has a hippie vibe. So she's
Oh,
with the vibes of, yeah, like I do benefit from this privilege, but it's not right. And I want to make sure that your kids are really okay. I could tell that she cares for it. I was like, man, more white people need to be like you. And she's just laughing. But I'm like, no, it's for real, because this is crazy. I'm so shocked that you even give a shit that much. So,
mhm.
anywho, she and I have been working very closely in documentation. And she's also reels it in, because when I get too like emotional, she's just like, oh, well, maybe this is a better approach, that they will actually listen to you. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But anywho, I'm really grateful for it. It's really humbling too. It teaches me patience. And then I think it's good practice for them, even though it sucks. The world is filled with people that do harm. They do harm either intentionally or not, right? But the
Right.
only thing we can hope for is that our kids have enough like armor, or they have enough like sustenance to the where they can identify and just be like, you're fucking with me right now, and that's not okay. And if you
Mhm.
don't deal with it, teacher, I got my mom that will. And unfortunately, not everybody has that shit. Hey, they don't
Yeah.
have a dad that can do that right now.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that they got a perfect thing either, but it takes like it takes at least for us to care enough to, hey, I can at least do this, right?
Word. Word, exactly. But I'm glad that you know what I'm saying you at least got somebody working with you, because last thing you want is somebody, you being in the kids being in a situation where it's motherfuckers coming at them, and you got motherfuckers blaming them like fuck out of here. But kids are kids. You already know that when they
Yeah.
during certain ages they go through certain stages, and this literally teaches them how to deal with society. You can only protect them but so much, but at the same
Right.
time you definitely are giving them the mental and spiritual tools to you know what I'm saying, to and the psychological tools to deal with people, period. You know what I mean? But they got to figure it out, and you know what I'm saying, somebody might get clocked. You know what I mean? You might get a call from a school where
Case by
somebody got
case.
clocked. It is what it
No,
is. You kept fucking with him, right?
no.
Okay then. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
kept
that part.
fucking with her, right? Okay then.
That
So you
part.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That's how I look at it with my girls. Like I know I got girls. You know what I'm saying? I got all girls. So it's like, and the same shit was going on with Africa. There was times where motherfuckers would get at her, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, she got friends, and there was times when she got in situations that her friends was handling shit. So
Mhm.
as far as I'm concerned, I gave her the tools to handle certain people, and that experience literally taught her how to deal with people. Period. You know what I mean?
Right. In
You
cases
know what I'm
where
saying?
you weren't there, and there's no possible way we could be there with our kids at every moment. And if
Hell
we
the fuck no.
coddling
Nobody
like,
don't want to do that shit.
no
I
one,
mean, as
no.
much as I love them, nigga, can find your space and be
Right.
there.
Well,
Go
and
ahead.
it would be a disservice to coddle them like that all the time. Like they're
That too. Which is
you
which to be honest, if you want to bring it back, that's a subject we spoke about with Kayla. Shout out to you, Kayla, because we
shout out
know you're
to them.
watching. We damn sure love the fact that you're always watching and always in support. But that is something we spoke to
We
you
did.
about directly, because
Um,
you can't have a life if you're gonna have this child tied to your motherfucking hip. You're not teaching them nothing about real life if you decide that you're gonna literally have the child hooked up to your hip all day, all night, and the child only used to you. That's not a reality. That's not how you grow up. You grew up, so therefore, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen nobody else in life grow up that way and be fucking normal. So nah, that's a whole disservice. So you definitely had to, if you haven't done so by now, you definitely gotta cut them strings and give that child a real dose of what reality is. Because being, putting them out there in real life it is beneficial. It's benefiting you. It's benefiting them. It's teaching them what they got to deal with, and allows them to see what you dealt with. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. How the fuck did you decide to bring your child and give them the level of privilege that you protect them from everything? Fuck out of here. No. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to do that. I love you, but I can't do that shit, okay? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
and so yeah, exactly. And I think if any parents are, out there and you're dealing with a similar situation, feel free to like reach out to us. Like we're not the experts on this, but we've been through enough of this shit and navigating through certain systems,
Mm,
government systems and school systems. And we're not phased and we're not scared of what's going on within these areas. What's scary
word.
is when someone comes in and shoots up the place. That's just scary, and people are so numb to it that it's just like, oh, it's another day.
Because it
Aftershock.
literally is happening, and it's happening all over the place. And my thing is that, okay, do what you want in your household. It is your fucking household. Who the fuck? I'm not paying your bills, so and I'm not taking care of your kids. So who am I to judge? But at the same time, my thing was always that if you gonna bring a level of dangerous fucking item in your house, because a gun is a danger, and no matter what size the gun, it could be the size of your fucking hand. It could be in all kind of colors too, because we all know them shits come in pink, blue, green, all kind of colors. It's still something that takes people's lives. And for you as a person, a parent, you buy one of those things. You buy something like that. You have them in your house, and you put it somewhere where the child knows where it's at, and they're able to retrieve it at any point. Then for as far as I'm concerned, you part of the reason, you part of the blame for the child taking that gun and taking it to school and shooting up the place. How you know what I'm saying? Some of these motherfuckers that be talking, they be having shotguns and shit. Like, it ain't like they could just buy a fucking shotgun. An adult had to buy it. Adult bought it. An adult fucking brought it in the house. Adult put it somewhere where the child could reach it. You know what I'm saying? And now this child got the fucking got that shit, and they in somebody's school killing killing people, kids and shit, and we just hearing about that shit on the fucking news.
I
And,
mean,
and
unless
all
you're
you want to
teaching
talk about
them.
is the fact that how, how they were brought up, if they were they had some psychological problems. Nobody want to talk about how the fuck they got the fucking gun in the first place.
And take
Nobody want to talk about that.
accountability for that. Yeah, exactly. And then unless you're doing it like Mr. Derek Grace, where it's a whole educational system and his kids can dismantle a gun blindfolded, he's a educator within the community and a father. It's like it comes with education, it comes with responsibility. You know what I mean? If you're going to have guns and such, and if you're going to, and if you know that you're kids have access to it, you have to show them at least how to operate it and when. And again, like they shouldn't have access to it like that, but if they do, they
Exactly.
should know how to, in a sense. Because I'm actually pro guns, but it comes with responsibility. You know what
No,
I
I'm
mean?
pro guns too. Fuck that. I get it. I live in New York City. I most certainly am pro guns. But my
Boom.
thing is, if you gonna have a gun in the house with your child, no matter whether it's a boy, what you got, boy kids, girl kids, no matter what, they don't need to know where the gun is at.
True.
Nah,
True.
nah. They don't no need to know where the gun is at. They don't need nah. Because at the end of the day, the thought, the fact that they know me, it to me gives them, it gives them access to it, like they could reach for it. And we've had, I mean, literally, I've heard about that shit all the time, motherfuckers. I mean, but in New York, New York, people could just buy, people, buy black guns off the black market and shit like that. I'm assuming so. I'm assuming so. But
Allegedly.
the fact is, you hear about gun accidents all the fucking time. Like literally, like I fucking remember when I was a teenager and fucking knowing this one chick, and I remember her to this day because it was like we literally went to the same classes and shit. And it was like one day we didn't see her no more, and come to find out, it was like she was in the house with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was playing with a gun, and he thought no bullets was in it, and he put it in her head and shot her, and didn't realize it was a fucking bullet in there. Like you hear stories like that all the fucking time, and it's
Lord have mercy.
like, what I mean? It makes you just like, what the fuck? Like, if you gonna do some shit like that, like there's gotta be, like you said, it's gotta be rules and responsibility with it. Like
And
it can't just be
education.
willy nilly where anybody in the house know where it's at and can have access to it. Like, nah.
As far as like a spicy topic on demand, what can I say? I don't know. I'm going through a give my coochie a break right now. I've been having lots of, you know. Also, I do believe in testing, so I've been making sure that that's okay, and I encourage
Hmm.
everybody who's dating right now, excuse me, to really take your situation seriously. I only say that because I remember a time where I was not being safe at all. I wasn't being safe at all, and it's like it brought about a lot of, let's say, shame upon myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I just really urge people, and I think that's what, if you know better, you got to do better. And so
Hmm.
if I'm going to encourage you guys to be testing yourself, I'm going to definitely be testing myself and encourage my partners to do the same, right? Um,
Absolutely.
Also, it's like I think I'm really liking this dating process. I'm learning a lot about myself. I think it's funny to watch me like interact with these humans and shit. Um, I think, I think, and like I was telling Kai on a live, it's so funny because I've been attracting so many women that it's beyond my wildest dreams, but I'm not prepared for all that. Like there's a certain thing that you need when you're dating somebody seriously, and if it's not like here for a good night type shit, a good time this night, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I think what women like about me, aside from my cuteness, is my charisma. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get it, baby
Hmm.
girl. You know what I'm saying? I see what you mean. But it's like
Okay,
I want to be the
see now that's making me want to know, ask you a question. So
okay.
what exactly is the approach that these chicks is using? Because my thing is this. With a dude, I mean, I mean, I'm thinking it's the same. It's got to be the same, but you know what I mean. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying. I figure females will definitely be slick with it, because I mean, You know what I'm saying? Instead of, just coming out and saying, yeah, let's go out, or, you got nice titties, or, some shit like that. It's like, what do we say to each other first? Do we say, well, hey, we want to, what kind of perfume you like, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. What is the
Mm.
approach of these chicks coming on at you? Because it's got to be unique for you to even be paying attention. I know you, so I know they got to come out with something unique for you to even be like, "What was your name, bitch? What was your name?"
Oh
Because
man,
now
you
I
know
need to talk
what?
to you.
I kind of wish. Well, first of all, my experience is that women are more bold than men. Um,
Okay.
so I wish that the men that I actually do like was coming at me like these women are, because it's more like one of them was like
Oh,
one of them was like, I would really like to kiss you, and I was like, shit, I want to kiss you too. So it's like
oh
stuff like
shit.
like I've always loved it more direct. Cause I'm like that too. Like if I like and sometimes it's like me giving somebody googly eyes, she giving me googly eyes, and then I'm like, oh well, like let's dance. It starts off dancing sometimes where I'm like dancing, somebody's grinding, I'm touching her whole body, especially that booty, because I love me some ass. And I'm touching on titties too, and I just yeah, and then we're exchanging numbers and then we're having coffee and I'm eating that box that afternoon. So it's like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Nice. Nice. She says she went from coffee to eating the box. No, coffee first, though.
The
Coffee
coffee was
first.
first, and then we went to
Coffee
the place,
first.
and you
And then,
know,
and then we
the
must eat the
orgies and
box.
shit,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, the agenda
But it's
is clear.
like,
The agenda is clear. Uh-huh.
but it's like, and I've even been like, I asked a woman out on a date, and she said no. She didn't say no. She said she would let me know because she's still hung up on her ex. And I was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
get it, and thank you for that honesty. So I really love the honesty, like the
Mm,
other woman, she wanted to sleep with me and she's like, what's up? Like, are you she said we met at this bar. She was there with her sister. I kissed the both of them, right? That was that story.
right. I
Went to the
remember you
pad and
mentioned
she's
that.
like, yeah, her thing was, hey, let's go back to my part of the house. That was what what I'm saying? So direct. That's what I like. I don't like when someone is entitled, like let's say like a dude or a chick is like, oh, come here right the fuck now. Like I don't do that unless we've established something. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So it's like, but I like when someone is just honest about what they want to do with me, because and then they don't trip if it's like no, because I've had to say no out of just respect for myself, and like yeah, just because I can get it doesn't mean I should. It don't mean that I really want to. I just like to maybe kiss you a little bit. Maybe what I'm saying, I don't want a relationship. You know what I mean?
right,
That's
right.
fair.
I mean, that's fair with anyone, because I mean, it's about a vibe. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. Like, what the fuck? We not forcing shit.
Right. And so I'm not, and that's it, and so I really like that right now. I think it helps like with my situation with the kids, obviously. I'm sure that they appreciate it, even though they have no clue on anything in that regard. Um like I've mentioned it a little bit about the dating thing to Sela, but it's like as far as she's concerned, I'm just hanging out with a friend. But ain't
Right.
nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still their full-time parent, which that's what I prefer.
And at the end of the day, shit, you can keep it to yourself, because it's your
True.
motherfucking business.
True.
Until, because honestly, it doesn't really need to involve the children. I mean,
At
because the
all.
fact that, because I mean, you do have, I mean, they're old enough to understand, but at the same time, you still could use discretion to be like, you don't need to know until somebody become important in my life. Like, if
That
if
part.
if all of these are just toys, you don't need to know about my toys. Like, you play with your shit, I play with my shit. That's it. You know what
Right.
I mean? That ain't nothing to do with you. and it will never have anything to do with you until somebody
They'll
becomes
know what
important,
they need to know. Right.
you know. And
That's
at
the
that
overall.
point, you would need to know. You know what I'm saying?
And so that's right, and then I just got back from Seattle. That was cool. I was visiting some
Oh
family
yeah,
out
what's
there.
that?
It was cool. It was cool. I kept it just family oriented. I didn't have no extra fun, which is good.
Mm,
But anywho, it was more like it was nice. My sister has a couple of things going, so I was just, learning about.
nice,
But it was just like every time I go back to Seattle because of the tumultuous experience that I've had there before, I'm just grateful that that's not like my lasting impression. You know what I mean? Because
right.
I was like on some like I never want to come back to this shit.
I
But
feel you.
but like take right, of course. And so it's like taking that power back. Like I love that whenever I could do that for myself. And it's kind of like just a conversation with God, like, hey yo, look at how far we've come in this bitch.
Yo, it definitely makes you, look back and say, yeah, I survived. You know what I'm saying? I survived that. I'm stronger than that now. You know what I'm saying? It gives you, you know what I'm saying? It's your way of bigging, basically bigging yourself up because it's like, I am no longer there. That is not me anymore, nor will it ever be me, motherfucker. Fuck you and whatever the fuck you represent. You know what I'm saying? Like and I feel that too because for me, yes, Seattle I had some good memories. You know what I mean? One of the good memories includes you, obviously. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's some bad memories in that motherfucker. And I'll just be like, yeah, if I went back there, I'd be like, yeah, yeah. When we leaving this bitch, yeah, let's stop and get some weed. Definitely smoke, but you know what I'm saying, get as high as fuck. But then let's head back to motherfucking SeaTac. Let's head back to motherfucking SeaTac. Cause what the fuck?
uh,
What the fuck?
Seriously, I get it. So yeah, you know what? I do like Portland. I want to say shout out to Portland because you know what, Kai? I've never felt so fucking like loved. Well, in New York, that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
having to like for instance, I felt like there was a coldness in Seattle with people where people were just like,
Yeah.
you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. In Cali,
Right.
everyone is so in competition and everyone's flashy, flashy this, flashy that. And
Of
excuse me,
course.
because I'm
That makes
from
sense.
there, it's like no one really takes me seriously. If I was to say like, oh, I want to do some rap shows, ain't nobody gonna try to book me over there. Why? Because these motherfuckers either, you know what I mean? So it's like that whole like it's this new place where there is this like thriving community, but
Mm,
everyone is so effing supportive. Like you should
mm,
we should link with somebody who does books out here. I'll have to ask some questions because I don't have any contacts, but you could be, plug in because the vibe out here, it really is like, oh my God, you do that? How can I help you? Like further what you're doing. It's
word. Okay.
easy. So it's like I really appreciate that. So like I was telling my homeboy, I was like, man, I'm gonna put on for Portland, dude. Like, cause it put on for me. And of course
Nice.
Cali too, you know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Samoa and fucking all my other spots, but shit, Portland is like really becoming home now.
Nice. Well, that's good though. But that's good though. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, based on shit, hello. We don't talk all our business on this channel, but the
Yeah.
fact is, my girl has gone through a lot. So to
Yeah.
have a new foundation that's making her build, that's making her think different, making her move different. That's a fucking positive all the way around. That's
Yeah.
win-win chicken dinner. What winner winner chicken dinner? However the fuck that shit go. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I applaud that motherfucking shit. Applaud that motherfucking shit. Hello.
Thank you,
You damn
best.
right. I love that shit for you. You right. Absolutely. Cause what
Guess
the fuck?
what?
Why? You know what I'm saying? Cause what the fuck would it be like to be there and be fucking miserable? You know what I'm saying? And I know and I know at that at some point when you first got there, you know what I'm saying, it was a little rough just trying to figure it out. And you know what I'm saying, there was a sense of, not miserable, but just like, what the fuck going on? I need to fix this shit. And but it slowly got better, right or wrong. It
Right.
did. You know what I'm saying?
It
So, you
did.
know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And shit. And especially, now that your fucking drought is a whole full river. I mean, hey, to the point where you could say, okay, everybody, listen, I see y'all in about 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Yeah, 2 fucking weeks, y'all. Yeah. Nah, I don't give a fuck if you need another shot. You gonna have to wait your 2 weeks. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make you wait 3 weeks because you being a little thirsty. I don't like thirsty, nigga. I don't like thirsty. So yeah, you sit out for 3 weeks. Everybody else gonna get 2 weeks. Keep talking. It's gonna be four. Keep talking, bitch. Oh, you ain't say all right now. Yes, but yeah, we taking a 2 week break. I need to, refresh and rejuvenate. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
No.
Do some
But you know
kegels
what?
and come back and come back ready for the game. Okay, come back ready. Y'all sit down. Y'all chill out. Do what you
Mama
do.
gonna
I don't
let
give a
y'all
fuck.
know.
Do what you do. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck.
And I did want to say, one of my close friends had divulged to me that they had experienced like a STD, and my response was, it's more common than you think. And so, if anybody is, watching this that has,
Mm,
don't panic. Just all you got to do is write down, if you can't think of the questions right now as they come, write down all the questions that you possibly can have. Ask as many professionals. You don't have to stick to one, but get like a whole team of professionals that can help you support you through your journey, because like I've said on other things, what can be done, what is done can be undone. In that, maybe there might not be a cure for it, but you can have a way to live your meaningful life, even if, you know what I'm saying. And that's why we push responsible sex, and being honest with people. I think it's really
absolutely.
brave, of somebody to be like, hey, yo, I really messed up, and like now this is happening, and I'm gonna just do the right things at this point. And so, even though I've had a couple of scares, I will tell you.
I
Excuse me.
mean, let's be honest. In life, that is part of, what I'm saying, let's be honest, that's something that I can imagine that almost everybody goes through. And when, it also is ties into the conversation of actually going to the doctor, because at that right there is a challenge for, and I'm not just saying just for men, it's a challenge for anybody, because you know what I mean, you're going to a person, and you got to depend on them to tell you about what's going on, from what's not going on with your body. So maybe that conversation, when you know what I mean, could be a lot easier for you if you actually had, an actual doctor, a primary doctor, where, what I'm saying, where you've had, seen this person more than once. Therefore, you could feel comfortable asking him, her, it, you know questions about, situations, like, you know what I mean, because you shouldn't, what I mean, knowing about, your sexual organs it is also tied up to knowing about all your other fucking organs, you know what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. So if that conversation is uncomfortable, maybe it's because you might not have a particular doctor that you go to. But but at the same time, you could also think about it like this motherfucker is a stranger. They don't know you personally.
And they
You know
deal
what I'm
with this
saying?
shit all the
They
time.
don't know you personally,
Yeah.
so kind of take it like, you just letting off to a person that's literally just going to write it down on a chart and just, give you advice based on what you say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because taking like for me, for instance, there was a long time that I wouldn't tell a doctor that I smoke weed. I would just be like, I don't smoke, I don't do nothing. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But eventually, I started saying, matter of fact, what the fuck he gonna do? What the fuck she gonna do? You know, call police, bitch. I don't get bitch. Call police about the weed I already smoked. Call police about the weed I already smoked. Ho, go ahead. The fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But because again, as I'm getting older, you got to make responsible decisions about your body. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it shouldn't just be, because you're getting older. Hello, from you alive, you should, and you make decisions about your health. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You should make responsible decisions, and like you said, getting tested, asking, what I'm saying, if you're dating somebody, and you know what I'm saying, y'all about to do something, what I'm saying, do a little something a little strange. Why not? Why not? Let's both go to the doctor first. And if that motherfucker, if whoever in the relationship decide that they don't want to go to the doctor for you, then that's how you can't you can't do shit with that person, because they clearly don't want to start it, because they don't want to establish a level of trust and honesty from the beginning, because that is a good way to start a level of trust and honesty, no matter what the relationship rules are, whether it's just we fuck every now and then relationship, or we actually trying to build something, what I mean, whatever it is, and some level of trust and honesty, and both of y'all going to the doctor together to get test results to make sure that everybody's sexually healthy. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. But again, being on, what I'm saying, being honest with yourself, and being honest with a doctor. If it really bothers you, shit, go find a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live in Brooklyn, go to a doctor in the Bronx. Like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Therefore, then you ain't gonna run into that motherfucker. That shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's that serious. But at the end of the day, you need to do the name of the game is the end result, which is finding out what's going on inside of you. It's really important. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And yeah, precisely that. And I hope that really helps somebody. I don't think we talk about that enough, the
And,
importance of that.
that's true. We really don't.
Yeah,
And the fact is, I mean, we don't just gotta be healthy for ourselves. We gotta be healthy for the kids too. We
sure.
gotta be healthy for whatever we want to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
And then there
So,
comes a responsibility, especially when we are so open
word.
sex, right? And pushing sexual positivity and we
Mhm.
don't slut shame and none of that. So
Nah,
yeah,
fuck that. Your pum pum or dick numbers is your business. That ain't got nothing to do with real life. That don't, unless it got to do something with your direct deposit. I mean, because for some people, your pum pum miles got something to do with direct deposits. But I ain't. But we not judging you either.
until
Get your
then,
coins, baby. Get your coins. Ain't nobody judging over here.
yeah, absolutely not.
Hmm.
I think I don't know. I think it would be a good idea. My head keeps spinning on you visiting Oregon. You know what I mean? I think you should visit Oregon and then maybe we'll figure it out because I
Right.
think you should be able to check out the scenes too. It would be relevant. There's a great weed scene out here. There's a great
I can imagine.
artistic and literary scene out here. There, a lot of people are writers. That's what some people do out here full time, and they take it very seriously as they should.
As
Writing
they
is
should.
not easy, guys. And if you've ever tried to create something out of nothing and sell it at that, yeah, it's called it. You're a genius. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. So I just want to shout out my girl Kai Storm for encouraging me to really just be myself. Like, it's okay to be yourself, be fly, and get paid doing it. That's all I think you aim.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that all that goes right back at you because at the end of the day, why be somebody else? Like the fake you
Right.
gonna pull out, going and somehow melt away, and the real you gonna show. And at the end of the day, if you don't like the real me, like Vibes Cartel say, scroll the fuck on, scroll on, bitch. The fuck, because we
Oh,
still
I
be
kind of,
here.
I do kind of have a crush on somebody, but I don't think he knows yet. It's like that.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay, is this
Okay,
an
so like,
online crush?
huh?
Is this an online crush?
Nah, no. Let's just say I'm gonna keep it like this. I worked on this individual. I'm working with this individual on a project, and the way that he's such a gentleman, like totally. I kid you not. Like I am so impressed because, but it's not like he's trying. He just is. Like he was just
Right.
raised to be like just a gentleman. He ain't ever trying to push up on nobody. He is so freaking amazing of an artist, but he's so undervalued. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and then the way that he like helped me on my shit, I was like, oh my God, like, are you gonna be my boyfriend? And so it's like he does so many things where it's like, dang, like I could see so with that. You feel me? He's older than
Right.
I am. He's so much more mature in
Mm-hmm.
most ways, I would say, because I'm still a mature motherfucker. But nah, we'll see. We're gonna put a pin in that. I might have to tell him how I feel soon if this keeps going on. Because every time we kick it, it's like it's all like kosher, right? Like nothing sexual at all. But I cannot. We can't stop talking. We're chilling. We're laughing. We're smoking. We're creating. He's
Nice.
giving me game on shit that I need, and I'm just like, yes,
Nice.
teach me. And I'm even sharing some game that maybe he hadn't thought of. You feel me? And it's like, oh my gosh, like
Mm.
what? And then I'm like sitting there, and I'm like literally feeling my pussy like throbbing, like, oh my gosh, I'm like, can he hear that beating? Because it's like, like it goes
No,
to
that's what's
show
up.
like I get real shy. Like if I like somebody, I get real shy. It gets kind of stupid. But if I don't like anybody, I was acting like whatever. But I could tell like I was like so I had to like catch myself like okay, just act normal, just
Mhm.
but girl. And then like we
That sounds like a tune in next time for
I
you know what I'm saying
know.
because by next time you know what I'm saying they might be I might be had given you a story about how good the sex was.
Oh my
Well,
gosh. I would love to
yes,
find
I'd like
out.
to hear that. I'm just saying, shit. I like the fact that you're taking it easy. I said that
Yeah.
to you before, but I'm gonna say it to you again. I like the fact because the motherfucker might look around and be like, oh, no, excuse you. This girl deserves to have fun, and she is having fun. You know what I'm saying? Let's have fun. Let's experience. Let's figure out who is right and who is wrong. And you know what I'm saying? And by elimination, one of y'all might win. You know what I'm saying? One of y'all might win. If none of
Oh,
y'all
and I'm
win, thanks
going
for
to
playing.
talk about it.
I
And
mean,
you know
if none of
what?
y'all win, thanks for playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Everybody had fun, right? Everybody had fun.
right.
Nobody
Thank
leaving
you for
with
the
a hurt face.
participation.
Nobody leaving with no hurt heart. Everybody having fun until it gets serious. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, this
Back
man
to
told
you.
me he straight said like I don't really fuck with people because I'm looking for my wife. Like I want a wife. I don't want a girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Word.
well, I'm looking for a husband. You know. Girl, I cannot wait until somebody gives a fuck about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Not in no controlling way, but I need somebody to start checking in on me, except for Kai Storm, okay? Because my girl's already married, okay? So I'm gonna need someone other than Kai Storm and my sister out here to be checking on this motherfucker, okay? And I just like the safety and the covering that having a solid man brings. You feel me?
Mhm.
There's a covering
Mhm.
that we cannot forget as women, as strong as we get, that that's a blessing. And so if you have it, like, don't fuck that shit up, please.
Absolutely not. You'd be an asshole to do it to yourself, straight
Girl,
up
'cause
and
it's
down.
cold out here. I'm trying to get, I'm searching for a real love, like Mary J. Blige
Like
said.
Mary J. Blige, she's
I am
stands, she's
searching for
tired.
my real love out here. And fuck around. It could be, like I said, the homeboy who I never thought anything would be. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
like you get to know somebody and you're like, dang, you're actually like the one of the coolest persons that I've like ever met. And we're not even trying to impress each other. Like that's pretty cool.
Mhm. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. It's all natural. Everything is just natural, flowing. Nobody's forcing it. Everything, it just feels like a fucking vibe, and that it is.
And I feel so safe. Like that's how I know like this is like a good thing, like a good now. It's like, oh, I feel safe. I feel like my body's relaxing. I feel like you are not trying to mess me over in any way. Like my spidey senses are not going off on anything. He's also a parent, so he understands the necessity, to, you know what I mean,
Exactly.
provide, and he's just always on that mode. And I'm just like, oh my
Word.
God, this is what the fuck I'm
Word.
talking about. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's just hope
Exactly.
he likes me back.
Well, and if he doesn't, it's his fucking loss.
True.
That's how that shit
I
gonna
know
go.
that's right.
You know what
I
I'm
know that's
saying?
right.
It's his fucking loss, cause what the fuck we not doing? It is chasing. We
No,
the fuck nah. Mm-mm.
girl,
Shit, and
no.
girl, and girl, that right there is a beautiful note to end this conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You know what I
ma'am.
mean? Because at the end of the day, we are gems that we are definitely gems that will continue to shine. Absolutely, you know how that shit go.
Much
So
love to you. I love you so much.
love you too, Queen. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building.
Hi,
Yes,
Ruby doll. Hey.
all day. Shit, look out for that video. We
Uh,
dropping a new song and a video. Wait, I ain't hit the end button. Oh, with the blows on skirt.